Yo, what's going on, Mayberry boys? Welcome back to a brand new reaction video on the YouTube channel. Today we're checking out Omni-Man versus Homelander in death battle. Before we get in the reaction, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, guys, what you guys want me to react to next, and don't forget to hit that big fat subscribe button for some more juicy bangers. Without further ado, no wasting any time, let's get in the reaction. Boom. This is my first death battle I'm checking out too, so.
Omni-Man, the Invincible champion from planet Viltrum.
Homelander, the world's greatest superhero, brought to you by Vought International.
Few
I love
heroes have
Homelander.
stood the test of time with more aplomb than the very first, Superman.
Superman.
But what if absolute power did, in fact, corrupt absolutely?
Answer, we're all screwed. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze
Sup,
their
Wiz?
weapons,
Sup, Boomstick?
armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
If you guys have any more of these you guys want me to watch, let me know in the comments.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane.
It's Omni-Man.
It's Omni-Man. Had you going there for a second, huh?
Not really. His name is in the title of the video.
Well, you might be forgiven for mistaking Nolan Grayson
I like
for his
Omni-Man.
classic comic inspiration. He's even got that sexy mustache that he's not afraid to hide with
Hey,
terrible
yo.
CGI. Born on the planet Viltrum, Nolan was sent to
Nolan
Earth
Grayson.
to act as its superpowered alien defender and spread the enlightenment of his utopian homeworld.
And as his superhero alter ego Omni-Man, there was no one better suited to the task.
Really wants
He
his son
saved
to
the world
think.
countless times, worked alongside the Guardians of the Globe, and even married and had a son, Mark.
Life couldn't be
Yo, what's
better
up, Mark?
until
Markiplier?
Mark inherited his
How's it
dad's Viltrumite powers. That's when Mark found out that his dad was a stinking rat bastard liar.
Turns out, Viltrum
Ooh.
wasn't exactly the peaceful utopia
I actually haven't watched The
Nolan
Invincible
promised.
yet,
Peaceful
so
in the sense
should
that
watch
they
that
culled
show.
half their population, murdering billions with their bare
I have
hands
seen The Boys,
until
though.
only the strongest were left, united by a common purpose.
This Viltrumite empire then went on to conquer planet after planet in their home galaxy, murdering any who dared oppose them. So just scratch that whole peaceful part entirely.
And turns out Omni-Man was here to do that same thing to Earth. Sorry, Mark, your dad's a dick.
Even worse, he's easily
That's
the
awesome.
most powerful being on the entire planet.
Imagine
Not more
combining
powerful
the
than
raw
me.
power of a Kryptonian and the bloodlust of a Saiyan, and what you get is basically a Viltrumite.
Due to their unique DNA, Viltrumites are composed
Viltrumite.
of smart atoms that they can manipulate to achieve superhuman feats,
Oh, that's
like
cool.
holding their breath for weeks on end by drawing more energy from the oxygen inside them.
Kinda reminds me of that whole bioelectric aura thing Superman has. That's basically how comic writers bullshit a science-y explanation for his powers.
Except smart atoms make even less sense. How can atomic structure be designated by your DNA? DNA is made of atoms. It's completely nonsensical biological hogwash that I cannot stand.
Uh-oh, comics fans, I'm calling this debunked. Viltrumites can fly, withstand near absolute zero temperatures, and even possess insane healing factors. You know, stuff like getting punched through the stomach, having your guts ripped out, or having your face smashed up in a tomato
Jesus
soup. I don't mean
Christ.
to exaggerate,
It's awesome.
but Viltrumites in this series get fucked up and somehow survive.
However, too much trauma to the brain or heart can overtax their healing factors, and intense heat can be especially damaging.
Ooh.
Even the most powerful Viltrumites can be killed by extended baths in the spicy hot plasma of a star.
So heat
And
is their
because of their
weakness.
abilities, their inner ear vestibular system is far more sensitive than a regular human's. Intense sonic pressure will disrupt their fragile equilibrium.
All I
and
gotta do
even
is
prevent them
scream.
From flying.
Though pushing themselves to their physical limits only ends up making them way stronger. And considering Nolan has been alive and planet conquering for thousands of years, he is easily one of the toughest
Oh my God,
Viltrumites
that's
around.
so bloody.
Like, other aliens attacking him will literally splatter their bodies against him. But Mark didn't inherit everything from his dad. Despite his alien genes, Mark was raised as a human with our weak, pathetic human values like love and compassion and not brutally murdering the shit out of everyone you see like a maniac. Really made it difficult for Nolan to relate to his kid.
Such as when these aliens invaded Earth. Mark tried his best to minimize casualties and outsmart his numerically superior foes.
Nolan, meanwhile, tackled their leader through the portal back to their homeworld, then spent some time systematically annihilating their planet for even daring to take Earth from him. Classic generational divide.
Absolutely
Annihilate
destroying
is underselling
their
it.
race.
Nolan flew so fast that his body lit their planet's atmosphere on fire, creating massive country-sized explosions, with his
Jesus
own body
Christ.
as the projectile.
Omni-Man has flown across galaxies in only a week, survived punching a hole through a planet, and even deflected a meteor the size of Texas.
Assuming that means the diameter of the meteor is equivalent to the distance from the top of the Panhandle to the Gulf of Mexico, that would make it 1,300 kilometers wide.
And weigh over 4.6 quintillion tons. Moving at re-entry speeds of over 11,000 meters per second, it had hit with enough energy to destroy the moon twice over.
So Omni-Man is strong enough to slaughter those who considered him an ally, the Guardians of the Globe, all to ensure as seamless a transition to the coming Viltrumite rule as possible.
Too bad for Nolan, it wouldn't be that easy, because he'd have to go through his son first.
Mark was horrified by his father's treachery, spurred on by the reveal that Nolan only viewed his mother as a pet, a disposable broodmare.
Dang.
Invincible fought Omni-Man
Toxic.
to save the planet.
And that's when Mark's real Viltrumite training began. Get it? Training? Like the train?
Yes, we get it. It was a good pun. Jesus.
He looks
But
stoned
if
all the
anything,
time.
It was Omni-Man that learned a lesson about humanity that day.
He may have tried to turn Mark
Jesus
into a
Christ.
Viltrumite, but in reality, as Nolan fled Earth with tears in his eyes, Mark made his father human.
Let's
This
go.
episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Life can be overwhelming, and many people are burned out without even knowing it.
Symptoms can include lack of motivation, feeling helpless or trapped, detachment.
This is a good time to
more.
plug my
Working on a
sponsorship.
show like Death Battle every week definitely wipes me and Wiz out once in a while. Remember that one time you had to research
Yep.
Madara's 5D chess plan and you keeled over during the show?
All too well. Thanks for reminding me.
No problem, best buddy.
the
We
blue
associate
join button.
burnout with
There
work,
you go.
but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead us to feel burned out, and BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you
I
to
need some water.
prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life.
There's no
BetterHelp
water
is
in here.
customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on
I can't wait
camera
till we
if
see
you
the
don't want
battle.
to.
It can be more affordable.
Since I've never
than
seen one of
in-person
these, I don't know
therapy,
when
and you
they're
can be matched with
gonna
a
show it,
therapist in
but-
under 48 hours.
Death Battle viewers get
be soon.
10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/deathbattle.
We should be
That's
seeing
better,
Homelander now.
HELP.com/deathbattle. Welcome to Vought International,
Yep.
a multi-billion-dollar American conglomerate whose #1 products are the greatest superheroes on the face of the earth.
God.
That's right. Superheroes are
I hate
real
him.
and they're big business.
Imagine a company that
A-Train.
possesses a monopoly on popular culture, pumping out movies, TV shows, action figures, and video games constantly, drowning the masses in a slurry of focus-tested nostalgia opium with no
I do
end
not
in
like
sight.
Homelander.
Yeah.
Hope he dies in season 3.
Imagine.
Within Vought's
Guys,
pantheon of gods among men is their premier super team, the Seven, and its leader, Homelander.
He's got the looks, the charm, the
He's not even that
Jesus,
good looking,
and
though.
most
I
importantly,
don't know.
he's got the power to slaughter all of America's enemies at home and abroad. This guy probably eats freedom and shits eagles.
But Homelander's squeaky clean corporate sheen is only skin deep.
But he likes
Far
milk.
from the big blue Boy Scout he's marketed
Yep.
as, Homelander is probably the closest thing to Lucifer on Earth.
Remember Bad Future Biff from Back to the Future? Now give him superpowers and media training.
Vought's official story is that Homelander was an alien who landed here as a baby, a tale we're all familiar with.
And one that's total bullshit. Homie was made in a lab with Vought's proprietary super soldier serum, Compound V.
And he was a complete success.
Too much of a success. He was murdering rooms of terrified scientists before his
He still got the
umbilical cord was even
umbilical cord.
cut. In the comics, Vought had to keep a
the hell?
remote-controlled hydrogen bomb strapped to him at all times because they had no idea what else could possibly kill him.
As he grew up, he was subjected to psychological conditioning to
Mom,
make
I
him
wanna
the
play
greatest
video
and most
games.
profitable hero
Just kidding,
of all
just
time.
lasers,
It
everybody.
wasn't long before he debuted as Homelander, the ultimate defender of the American dream.
Homelander possesses massively superhuman strength, speed, and durability.
Yep.
He can fly at hypersonic speeds, see through walls with X-ray vision, and detect a person's emotional state from just the sound of their heart.
I can do that.
But you know you're done for when he breaks out his heat vision,
All
which
of you
is
guys are
strong enough to
feeling
slice through crowds
intense
of
stimulation.
people or split
Wait,
airplanes
what?
in half.
Or screams so loud that it shatters the eardrums of anyone around him.
Those are innocent bystanders whose ears are exploding, by the way. Oh yeah, he
I remember
totally
that.
botched this mission to stop a plane hijacking, so he forced each and everyone on board to die in the resulting crash so they wouldn't reveal his incompetence.
Well,
Yep.
Homelander's powers may be real, but his heroism is a charade.
Little girl
he
died.
plays his part well, he cares nothing for the peons he's forced to protect.
The only thing he treasures is, ironically, his public image. Turns out being raised as a lab experiment doesn't create a healthy person. But don't worry, he eventually cleaned up his act and started a totally 100% healthy sexual relationship with a fellow superhero.
Yep.
Who just
Very
happened to be an actual Nazi. Speaking of sex, Wiz, you know how I'm always saying we should figure out how Superman and Lois get busy? Well, forget that, because Homelander proved that they can't when his ejaculation blew his partner to smithereens. Who drew that?
Look, there's no way to sugarcoat this. Considering a human's load has much less mass than a shotgun pellet, it would have to be moving significantly faster to achieve the same kinetic energy, over 1,500 meters per second, or 4.5 times faster than sound.
That's right. Homelander can bust a nut faster than the speed of sound. Well, good night, everybody. Ooh, kinda sucks for humanity that they made this dude the most powerful being on the planet and a psycho murderer.
That's no exaggeration. Stillwell even commented that Homelander has proven immune to every weapon known to mankind, no matter how powerful. Humanity literally lacks the ability to kill him.
That'd include nuclear weapons as powerful as the Tsar bomb, which exploded with the energy of 50
weakness and
megatons of
rest,
TNT.
Actually, it could have
powers him.
exploded with twice that. But the Soviets who created it were afraid it would irreversibly alter Earth's biosphere and end the world. That's right, we all almost died.
And that's the kind of shit Homelander can shrug off no problem. He's strong enough to throw a jet with one hand and fast enough to outspeed a C4 explosion.
Despite being an emotionally stunted man-child, Homelander is still surprisingly cunning and able to manipulate those around him.
Though it probably wasn't too smart to piss off the world's angriest limey, Billy Butcher. Yeah, turns out
Yeah,
forcibly
Billy.
fathering a bastard son with someone else's wife is not a good idea.
Of note, as unjustifiable as it is, to Homelander, this gave him something he never had before. Some small measure of control over his own life.
Being born Vought's star pupil meant he was under their thumb from the day he was born. His superpowered son was the first thing that was truly his and might be his best option for a new beginning. Or not.
Love that.
This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile.
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by those big wireless providers, I know by now there's always a catch. It's like they're out to get me.
But did you know that Mint Mobile offers
I'm not doing Mint
wireless
Mobile.
starting at just $15
Not doing it.
a month?
The catch
Take
whiz.
this time to
What's
clean
the
my
catch?
glasses.
There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. They cut out the cost of retail stores and pass those sweet savings to you.
Mint Mobile gives you the best rate, whether you're buying for one or your whole
There
family.
we go, I can see
and all
it again.
plans come with unlimited talk and text,
Don't
plus
got-
high-speed data on the nation's largest.
We should be
5G
getting to
network.
battle, right?
You can even use your own current phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your
Along
same
with-
phone number along
Oh,
with
yeah.
all your existing contacts.
Should be
I'm
getting into it.
excited to try it out myself.
6 minutes left.
I appreciate how
I like
easy
the
it is to
background
look
of each
through all their
character. It's kinda
wireless
cool.
plans on
I
their
should react to
website.
more of these.
To get your new wireless plan for
These
just
are pretty
$15 a
fun.
month and get the plan shipped to
I
your
get to
door
learn
for
about
free.
characters
Go to
and I get to hear some blood.
mintmobile.com/deathbattle. That's mintmobile.com/deathbattle.
Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com.
Bro, I go through
/deathbattle.
Verizon or Sprint, I think.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I got Homelander winning. Here we go. Omni-Man, what's up? It's Christmas.
Howdy, neighbor. Coco? It's warm.
I actually
You
don't know
Nolan,
who's gonna win this.
Homelander is more
they're
than
pretty
just
even.
a superhero. It might be cynical to say this, but he's a brand. And it's very important to me that that brand means something. And if I'm playing second fiddle to some goddamn alien, what's really the point, right? What do you think, Debbie?
Oh,
Aw, she's shy. So, do we have an understanding? Get the fuck out of my country.
maybe Omni-Man could win. I don't know.
I'm going to feed you your own heart.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. That was a great line.
Oh yeah. Kick his ass.
Country? Seriously?
I'm not here for your country.
Jesus. Lordy. Oh my god. He just got kicked out of existence. Rip his spine out. Of course, he just killed everyone inside the plane.
Never been hit by someone your own size before? You have to turn with the punch to reduce... Better.
It's awesome. He kills them all.
What's the matter? Are you going to cry?
After I'm done with you, I'm gonna flash right that little shit son of yours! This worthless neighborhood! And every goddamn person you know!
Oh my god.
Now swallow. Merry Christmas.
Well, Omni-Man won.
If there's a god, it sure seems like he was working out some aggression there.
Despite Homelander's dominance within the world of the boys, he's a big fish in a small pond, relatively speaking. Homelander can move faster than sound, while Omni-Man can move faster than light. Homelander can survive a nuke, while Omni-Man can shatter the moon twice over.
To be fair, Homelander did have a couple of abilities Omni-Man didn't, like his heat vision.
And while Viltrumite healing factors have failed against continuous exposure to the heat of stars, that still took quite a bit of time, and there's no reason to think Homelander's heat vision was anywhere near that hot.
Hell, Nolan's tanked heat vision from the superhero Mean Supreme before, who can vaporize people in an instant.
Even if it was hot enough, Omni-Man's superior speed would cut him off before he could do any lasting damage. Similarly, despite being able to disrupt his equilibrium with his supersonic screaming, Homelander wasn't strong enough to capitalize on it in any meaningful way.
No.
Plus, while Homelander is pretty devious when the situation calls for it, Omni-Man has been fighting and conquering worlds for thousands of years. He comes from a warrior culture based on fighting. Homelander, on the other hand, comes from a test tube and never had to push himself as a fighter because he was always so much stronger than everyone else.
And that's
Yup.
the key difference between them. One is a warrior, and the other is a bully. Homelander was never going to give up easy, but Omni-Man's skill, power, and Viltrumite heritage earned him the win.
Kick his butt.
When it comes to Superman
broke his
knockoffs,
skull.
Homelander had to eat his heart out.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Dang. There we go.
Death Battle is back, and we've launched a
Very, very cool. I thought it was gonna be Homelander just because he's always just there, but then again, it was Omni-Man, so I guess I was wrong. Typical. I'm always wrong. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new reaction. If you guys want to see another death battle, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next reaction. Peace.